Welcome back, group chat. It's another episode of Creatively Speaking. Look, I got the intro. It's a new year, new vibe. So we're going to get the camera on Kadeja real quick for the intro, right? We have the young prodigy herself. KLigg, VA's finest in the building. VA's finest in the building. Make some noise. Make some noise.
Richmond. Nah, this new energy.
Let's set the vibes. Hold on. Next to her, Mr. Paint the City himself. No whacked out murals at all. That man, JLaw. Make some noise, JLaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know me from the bottom of the Garden State. They think I don't rep it, but I'm always home. The Howie Roseman of this recording shit. You know what I mean? This young guy, Cook. Please no applause. Please no applause. Please no applause.
There isn't any.
That's exactly why you say it. Like when you say it and there are none, it's not awkward.
Wait, we got back up.
Hold on, my nigga. Yes, 2025.
The clock strike 12. It's a new year.
New energy. What we doing? Hold on. I got my people behind the lens though. Hold on. We got Audio Mac in the back laying the track.
Man.
What we
Audio
doing?
Mac in the back
What we doing?
laying the track.
And then we got the legend behind the lens, Lou Tinsley. The legend, Lou Tinsley. Make some noise. Make some noise. Yo, group chat, what up, man? How y'all feeling?
You know what?
I love this energy. I ain't
you
gonna
know what,
hold you.
my nigga? That got me smiling. I am so happy. That is Hey y'all, I'm Kadeja. I'm ready to get this started.
Nah, yeah.
Let's get to it, please.
No intro needed. He did it.
Please. First off, how y'all been,
love
friends?
it.
How y'all been?
I've been good. 2025 has been good to me already. So yeah.
I can't complain either. New year, new goals. We here, man. It's a blessing. Let's say that. It's a blessing.
Facts.
Yeah. Yo, I ain't gonna hold up. So I did owe a couple catch ups because I realized last episode before the year wrapped up, I didn't tell nobody. Like I told them I was going to Dallas and they do no catch up, and I owe the people. So I didn't go to Dallas because what had happened was one, already on the fence about it. It was trying to figure things out. Like it was already
started off shaky.
It was already a Lord, if make a way. Lord,
If you want me to go,
if you want, I'll go where you send me, Father. Like, yeah, I mean, I did all.
Sit your ass right to the couch.
Bottom braces, bro. So he was like, I need you to stay home. And I needed that. So shout out to Scott Orthodontist for, coming through in the clutch. They're a great place actually. Like I really do like working with them. I've been having a blast.
Sound like a sponsored post.
I love that.
Hey,
the next one free. Like,
well, help me also
If you
because my
need some braces.
healthcare switched over. The job decided to change. People, so I am trying to get some grace over there. So please, Scott's Orthodontist, I've been good. But I also I went to on Friday, I actually went to, is it Ballion Springs in Alexandria, Virginia?
Oh, yeah. That's like the spa place,
The spa
right?
place, yeah. It's like 3 floors, bottom floor has like, bathhouse type of vibes, different saunas. Got me a little massage,
like
something to wrap the year up. It's been a long year. So, shout outs to them. That was a good time.
King,
so,
self-care day.
Self-care,
Absolutely.
definitely got the text. Who'd you go with? Relax.
Who said that?
Nobody. That's nobody.
Self-care.
But we
It's
know
called
you
self-care.
went with somebody.
I went by myself, player. I got the receipts.
Hey, man. Stand on it. Stand on it.
Then what was in Dallas then?
Messy. Clearly, I didn't make it to Dallas.
So you ain't by yourself there, but what about here?
What about Dallas? All right.
I care about myself all over. Pause. That sounds crazy. But yeah, yo, it's shout out to them. I did like I said, man, some nice local moves. And just a reminder that when things come up or pivot, find a way.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. That's dope. Sure. That's super dope.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the year, what had happened and shit.
Why your chair squeaky?
I don't know.
It's like SpongeBob with the boots walking.
Stop laughing, y'all know. So yeah, going into the year at the end of like December. Well, the middle of December, I started actually getting monetized on TikTok. So praise
man,
the Lord.
The bag.
So how
the
you
bag
feel about
has
that?
come.
Is it too late? What you think?
It's
reality.
Hold on. I don't even, y'all, to be honest, I don't know by the time of this recording, TikTok might be banned or it may not be. But my prediction right now is that is gonna stay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our new administration actually may do something
That's a good point.
beneficial.
Yeah.
And I think that our new president wants the credit for what's gonna happen. So I, for one, am happy that TikTok, I'm gonna claim it will be here to stay. My prediction is that TikTok's gonna be here.
Shout outs to you though. Monetization on any social media platform is amazing.
No,
Like,
I mean,
that's a flex.
Can we talk about like what was the? Can you share anything about the threshold
for sure.
of that? Like, because I'm so curious because I
share
don't care nothing
everything.
about. I mean, I haven't done none of that, so please.
Yeah, monetization has always been my goal because I don't think my goal isn't for my community to pay me. Like, I want, if y'all want to, of course, thank you so much. But I don't think that it's the job of the people on Instagram or TikTok to pay the creators. I feel like that's the job of TikTok because if we weren't creating, what would be on this app? So for TikTok, you have to have 10,000 followers. You have to, I feel like it's like maybe 100,000 views in the past 90 days or something like that. And just be in good standing. So every post that's actually monetized has to be over a minute. So some things like I already was hitting the ball out of the park. I've been over 10,000 followers for a good part of the year.
Let's go.
So it wasn't
Talk your shit, queen.
Thank you.
Talk your shit.
But the damn program wasn't working for some reason. None of my TikToks were actually getting monetized. Like, it would just say 0, and I did not understand what was happening. I actually thought like it was fucking up my reach. So I took myself out of the program. I would put myself in, just kind of fooling with it because it wasn't really working. So I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
But I woke up magically on December 15th and they decided to pay me, and ever since, like, my views have been doing better. Comments have been doing better. Likes, so I'm actually getting paid. It's not $1 million, y'all. It's literally like maybe $3-4 on something average, like 5,000 views. But it's
you unlock, you open the door,
right? Yeah. One day, once that motherfucker hit like 16K,
like, come on,
we gonna get that money. So I'm really excited.
It's $3 more than you were getting for posts. So,
I was doing it for free. So that's my goal, is to actually like get paid to show up online, like I enjoy doing. So next up is YouTube, which I'm halfway there. So
I love it.
2025, we are gonna get monetized on YouTube and continue getting the bag on TikTok.
I love that, and it's funny. Every episode, I realize like the types of creative paths you and I are, and like I do feel like core is very similar, like as the type of creatives.
Yeah.
But I also see your work ethic and will to go deeper down past that. I'm like, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
Because I applaud you for like the work you put in with not only the TikToks but YouTube episodes. For me, I have the same mindset where I don't want to charge the audience. Like, it's never you never want to make your community feel like they have to pay for something that you got that you're going to just give away anyway, right? Like, and so for me, buy-in looks different. Now, granted, please like and subscribe, right? Like that's helpful.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, monetization or supporting a creative doesn't have to actually be giving them money, but follow. Like,
watching
even if you don't
the entire thing.
Watch the entire skip around, do something. Like, comment. Like,
go crazy.
Go crazy. Like, have a conversation with yourself in the chat, whatever you need to do. But for me, the person that I always felt like is responsible for paying has always been brands.
Facts. I'm gonna get that too. Yeah.
That's, for me, it's brand partnership. That it's like, yo, you know what? Y'all about to, like, y'all are gonna get this visibility that y'all can also replicate, reuse, repurpose. And if I'm going to be putting that in the face of my community, y'all got to pay for that access.
Exactly.
You know, and not only do you have to pay for that access, but you also have to be open to my creative direction on it for speaking to my audience. It's not just, hey, make sure this is in here, right? Like, so, you know, this year, y'all gonna see some responsible things on the pod, right? We're gonna make sure we get something, right?
Sure.
Leaving here with something.
So what would be your tip for creators? Because you do this for your full time though, like brand collaborations. So what would you say for creatives maybe that are smaller or thinking about it? What should we be thinking about to get these brand collaborations?
So
partnerships.
I think the biggest thing that you should know or that is important is one, you should absolutely know the audience that you're speaking for and representing, right? Like, hey, like, this is who I'm going to go talk to with your product. Like, understanding what that is, who's in your community, that's the first part. But in terms of what you need to, when you're going to them, you need to have the data, the research of whatever it is that you produce. Like, hey, this is how consistent I am. This is how much I produce. And then I would even say more importantly when you're putting together decks, we can get into a little later, because I think a pitch deck is important. You do want to find a way to kind of summarize all that you do in a way that is just easily digestible for a brand to say, oh, I could see us here, right? Like point them to what alignment looks like, point them to an example that they can, what that space looks like, or how it can look organically. But that's early in the game. That's early in the game.
That was really good, though.
Sure.
Thank you.
That's my thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, love that. JLaw, what you been up to?
Actually, remember I think it was 2 episodes ago, I was telling you I was in the running for.
Yeah.
We don't have good news.
Oh,
we
sorry.
don't. But
Damn.
it's part of the process. So I wanted to share it with y'all because it definitely.
They lost out.
Okay, Key and Pill real quick. You lost said, I thank y'all for the opportunity.
Right.
You old sucker.
Suck ass niggas.
But
He too dope for y'all anyway.
I just got the I think it was 3 days ago. I just got the email that I was the runner-up to become the lead for the project. So it's definitely a learning experience. That was actually not my first, but the second pitch that I ever did for a public art project. So it taught me a lot. And they said, of course, if the project doesn't, if the project falls through or the contract doesn't work, I'm next up in line. So it's all in God's plan. If it's for me, it's for me.
Absolutely.
But
Hey, we can slide on the winner.
Something could happen.
We can slide.
Something could happen.
Just give me the act.
Ain't no problem.
Exactly.
I'll put on some King Von and spin the block.
I know you know somebody in Baltimore. I know you know. I know. And he from Jersey. I know damn well.
We'll get it done.
But it definitely was a good opportunity, good experience to go through it. And honestly, things like that, it really just put the fire under me even more because just showing you so close to something, people find the value in it. I didn't get, become the number one to become the lead for the project, but definitely want to send an update for that, and it's more to come for 2025.
Yeah, you were in the room though. It's a lot of artists out here that
I'm right there.
Don't even know what you're talking about. Like, what you mean? Pitching myself for what?
Right.
And
did they give you? I know on the previous pod you mentioned like asking for feedback. Did you actually get that from them?
Yeah. It's crazy. I didn't have to ask for it. They provided what the community liked. They didn't say who got chosen for the project, but we'll find out in due time. Yeah. But
we will find out.
This was one of the few times where like you even hear back that you didn't get the project. You know what I mean? So them saying that I'm the runner-up, that I came in second place, what the community liked about everything that I did was definitely. It was just a good experience. Even though I didn't get it, I definitely commend the city for doing this because it's rare that when you do something like this that they provide the feedback. Once they get what they need, they move on to the next.
Well, you're a winner in our eyes, JLaw.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I appreciate that.
You're so welcome.
Yo, I actually want to ask you too, because I do, and I actually think we already kind of started talking about our pillars of importance. As in terms of like the art industry and these types of submissions, or even projects in general, because I also see a lot of projects where they're like, hey, submit the artwork for a chance to do, where they're like taking IP from people. Mm-hmm. So like, what are some things you're looking for when you're applying towards projects? Honestly,
so a lot of time, it's always the backstory behind it. If it relates to anything that I find value in, so things in the city of Baltimore, I 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna apply because I live there. So they have the impact to see what they're for, the reason for it. That's the main things that I look for. Second to that is you always gotta look at budget. A lot of times companies will take advantage of artists. I've been through that before, and I stand on business when it comes to that because if I accept it, the next person is going to accept it. So if I don't say no, or if I don't tell them this isn't right, they're never going to learn from their mistakes. So that's a big thing for me that I look for in those public art projects, because some companies may know, but I really do chalk it up as to ignorance, because the first time that they're working with artists, they don't think the cost that goes into it is that much, and it really is. And what we're doing is for lifetimes. Like, murals be up for 50, 60 years.
Hey, how many murals you got right now to date, by the way?
I think 13.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say
6.
like 3.
No, it's 11. Yep, 11 murals. So
that's hard.
It's
and more to come.
I'm working. Yeah, I'm working.
Whacked out my mural.
Like, you feel me? Like, even that song coming out, but that's a different conversation. But that's what I've been up to.
How do you deal with that? Like, have you ever had to redo any of your murals?
No. So a lot of times, honestly, all of my murals, I put an anti-graffiti coating on it. So if it does, listen, if it does get tagged, it's a very easy way to clean it off with the coating that I put on it. But we don't even speak that to existence.
Absolutely not. It's too beautiful.
Exactly. Thank you.
But whoever first place is, watch your mural. Watch your mural.
Because she ain't got the anti-graffiti
Hello.
coating that
Kicking
he
over
got.
buckets. Kicking over buckets. All
The
right?
fuck?
But yeah, that was my. I'm gonna still call it a highlight. That was still the highlight.
That's
that
pretty
I've been
dope.
through. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Nah, congrats, yo. I mean, honestly, it's one of them things like they're just as honored to have you if you've done it, then you getting it. So
Exactly.
I mean, it's not a loss either way.
For sure.
They just gonna be mad when the price go up.
Come on now.
All right, y'all. We are entering 2025. This is our first podcast of 2025.
Yes.
So, of course, we're thinking as creatives. My question is also like, what type of creative are you in this season? Are you like a super reflective one? Are you thinking about all that is to do? Are you like a planner? I heard y'all talking about like planning for 2025. So, what's happening with you on your creative side?
That's a really good question.
You're welcome.
I like, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
when the pod just flowed,
You
let them know. Nah, honestly, in this season, I'm definitely getting back into my like who I am as not only just a creative architect but visionary. Like I really want to build out the vision of all the things I've been planning so far. Like honestly, 24 was a lot of seed scattering. If I were to, paint the picture, like, all right, what am I capable of? What are we capable of, right? And throwing things out there. This year, I'm looking at the board like, oh, we got it. Like, I've been so excited to coming off of like listening to like your J. Cole's, like watching your Doechis, your TDEs, like all these other creatives who you see the group making moves forward. I'm like, all right, let me get back in like my GM bag of calling out, okay, this is what we're going to go do. And now it's taking the ideas and making them not only cohesive, but actually making it so that what we've done so far now makes sense. Like, it's like, all right, this is actually the work. Because last year, it seems random to a lot of people, but it was a whole lot of figuring out. So I would say I'm no longer figuring it out. And so I don't need to be out and around everyone. Like, I actually want no influence on what I'm looking to create now. So I am trying to build more at home and figure out because I don't want any influence.
Okay, so you're more of like an introspective, getting back to the core.
It's
type
like
of
I've been
creative.
him and I should stand on that.
Yeah.
So this is the year I'm standing on it.
Period. Okay.
That's a I don't even want to say not dangerous for you, but that's like that can get real spooky, bro, because when you say that, it's like fuck you. Like I'm doing what I need to do and nobody going to stop me. I'm not looking for advice. I'm not looking for you to outside influence. I got my vision and I'm going to get it however I want and however I need to. So when you say things like that, it's exciting because it's like when you in that type of mindset,
Demon
it
mode.
can get scary.
In fact, honestly, and to stand on, like, it's going back in an artist mode. Like whenever you're making a project, whenever you really like onto something, and you're like, yo, I got my inspiration here. I got my circle. I'm not looking to go beyond that. I think I definitely overextended myself for the past few years as far as my creative engineering. And like what that looks like, I offered it to too many places. Now it's like, oh yeah, I've seen my ideas come to life in enough places to know, oh, we got one.
Yeah.
Period.
I love it.
What you seeing?
Right. What type of creative are you in this season of New Year? Are you like Cook, where you're like getting back to the basics, or are you?
I'm not getting back to the basics, but I'm on go mode.
Okay.
I really did a lot of reflection the final month of the year, and honestly, the second half of the year just taught me a lot. So now it's like I got the vision in place, I got the plan in place, and I'm ready to just go. I'm a very calculated person. I'm not going to say I don't take chances, but they're calculated chances. And now I'm in the season where if I got to annoy somebody, if I got to ask somebody 5 times, 7 times, I need this, I'm doing this, I'm going to do what I need to do to get it. I got something really big planned in the final quarter of 2025 that this year everything is nonstop. It's on go mode. Yeah. So I don't want to announce it yet, but I'm really in that season where I see it and I'm going to get it. Yeah.
I love that. I think I'm still like in a reflective mode.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe like December to January, I'm in the wow, that was really great. Like because all year I'm on go mode. Like, I'm like,
facts.
next, what's next, what's next, what's next.
Yeah.
So when I come into like the winter months, I think I feel myself, I'm more so like a seasonal creative. I don't really look at the calendar. It's kind of like, all right, in the wintertime, I'm kind of reflective, more to myself, kind of hone in. And then in the spring, I pop out, spring, summer. So yeah, I think I'm still in the 2024 was a good ass year. Like, because I for sure know that I want to be a little more with myself. I feel like everything that I did in 2024 was kind of reactive because I lost my job. I was just trying to like stay afloat. Yeah. And now I want to, the next level of what I want to do, I need to be very connected with my inner creative. Yeah. I need to be aware of what to do, what not to do, acting on things without being so connected to the analytics of things. Yeah. Which is so hard because I'm a social media manager, so everything literally is like, did it perform or did it not? Yeah. Not necessarily like, am I connected to the art? Did it move me? Is it going to move people emotionally? It's all about like, did it hit this number of likes, which I hate. Like, so I'm trying to break myself out of that because I know the next thing that I want to do, I want to direct something or whatever it is. I don't even know what the fuck it is. Whatever's coming on my creative path, I feel like I need to be extremely dialed in to what I like. Yeah. So that's my goal for 2025.
Honestly, and you saying that reminds me, like my KPI for all of 2025 is actually people. Like, I don't care nothing about online analytics. It's like, yo, when you see me, talk to me about it. Like, hey, what's your thoughts? That's the only time I like, soak it in. Because, I mean, I don't think that you can be just recluse and not create to connect to people because you have to do that. Right. But I will also say, you know, my mindset is shifting more because I'm still on a rookie deal at my 9 to 5. Like what they brought me on and hired me to do, that salary hasn't gone up. There hasn't been any raises, and I've been there for now 3 going on 4 years. Got you. And so like for me, it's like, yo, I know I outperform a lot of other rookies. Like my draft class, like my draft class, I feel like I've performed well. So like now it's like, okay, like I almost find myself in the season of I don't gotta bet on myself as much publicly. Yeah. Because it's like, they're like, hey, once this contract expires, watch what the next one looks like. Like watch where we take it.
How
that free agency summer.
I'm gonna be like LeBron. I'm gonna have a press conference and everything. I'm taking my talents too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How are you planning? Is that like your 2025 plan? Like to not obviously, I don't know if you can say that on here, but are you like searching for another creative career, or what's the plan?
First off, just gotta show. I was with you. I was with Law. Like, that's 100% crazy. Just talk about
Sorry,
I'm out.
I'm planning on leaving my job.
No. For me, I mean, it's following through and checking the boxes at my job. Yeah. I think it's, you know, I no longer find myself looking to be innovative at my job.
Or so, more so like my question is for people that are maybe in the same place as you. Like what's the steps that you think people should take when either you know you need to leave or you're thinking about pitching yourself to somebody else?
So the way I view that question is like, you know, hey, how do you feel like people who are maybe stuck in the 9 to 5 space, right? And navigating that. And I think that there's 2 things that I'm looking at is one, the educational opportunity. Like I'm fortunate enough to be working in an industry that I want to create in, right? So it's like learning whatever I can from them. But the biggest thing that I'm also I'm also applying for myself is, you know, I think I did it last year with the network where it's like, all right, let's see what works outside of marketing. Because I saw what happens with the bagging money on this side and what the budgets look like. Over here, I saw what innovation and stuff look like. So I think you have to, I don't know if it's helpful, but you need to take that time to experiment while you have the 9 to 5. I think that's really what it is. Like while you have the consistent check, you have the health insurance, you know, keep those boxes checked, but experiment in who you want to be as a creative outside of that.
That's what
genius.
Yeah. Like, cause that's, I mean, you're getting paid to figure out how to be yourself. Right. And that's important because then when you do go, you can take that somewhere, but the last thing you want to do is to get out there and have to start from scratch and figuring out what you want to do.
Yeah. That's how I view my 9 to 5. My last chapter of 9 to 5 is like, I was a digital communications manager for 3 to 4 years. And in my last role, I was over email marketing, website, and and social media, which is 3 different jobs. I need people to know that.
Facts.
But I was able to kind of play around in all the sandboxes, and I realized quickly, like, oh, social media is my vibe. Do I know how to do all 3? Hell yeah. Yep. But I also know how to execute and where my passion is, which is social media. So then while I figured out, oh, I really like social media, I was able to see, okay, oh, I really like doing other people's pages. I like social media management. Oh, I really like video editing. I was able to like niche down and also figure out how to make that appealing to clients to say, okay, I can do XYZ for you because I have these talents. So I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have that job that kind of pushed me or showed all of my options to me. So yeah, I do think people need to do that in a 9-to-5.
And one thing I want to add to that, because I love that you have that experience, and it's something I've gone through as well. But I think it is definitely on us now in our generation to put the onus on what the boundary of digital marketing is. It's not just one thing, right? And especially when you look at a lot of these corporate brands and entities that have been around for long periods of time, right? And they look at digital as digital, like you know, that's
one thing.
And not only that, but then they look at social media as, oh, that's just social media. It's a small thing. Where engaging under posts, like at one point in time prior to working where I am, when I was at the more of like a freelance agency, you know, I mean, I had to do like schedule the post, come up with the caption, engage under all the posts per post for 3 different clients, and you have to do 3 to 5 posts per week per client. It's like, yo, that is a lot, right? And people don't also realize that now on social media, you actually have to show personality. So you can't just copy and paste and just be like, hey, Merry Christmas. It's
Chat
like
GPT that thing.
Yeah.
But what I learned also with my clients is they don't need, maybe they're not asking me to do B. Maybe they are okay with social media at a level 1.
Right.
Because I realize my talent. Right. Just make sure it's something on that page that don't look like we just found it off the side of the road and it's the last post is 2022.
Right.
Like I could do that. But I also can have the capabilities to do 2024 work where it's video editing, it's reels, it's somebody, you know, and that's what I strive to do. Yeah. So I think understanding your client too in that aspect, because we could do, you know, level 1 if you want to give me that check, but I can also go over here and do even more work and make it really pop.
Know what you're asking for and know the value.
Exactly.
And I think that's the thing that has yet to be established, that we are establishing as a generation, is the value of the cost of this. Like, yo, this is what it takes. Like, you're asking this person to be aware 7 days a week, 20. Like, I don't know how journalists do it. Yeah, I know someone that's a media personality that's like has to report the news daily and find stories every day. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's tapping in for sure.
I like where you taking this though. Where we going?
For real.
Going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship,
led by me. All right. So again, y'all were talking about setting goals. Moving into 2025, what have y'all done to really like focus on the year ahead? Because I for sure am the girl that just goes with the vibes. And I want to stand up for the girls that go with the vibes, because I don't think it's a problem. I think it's okay.
Y'all still trying to figure out what to eat.
Trying to figure out what I want to eat for dinner, you know. So I mean, my general goal in life is just to be happy and just to make sure my bills are paid. And then anything along that line that happens is great. And I don't want to jump in and just carry our entire. But this is how I feel about goal setting. Honestly, like I feel like over my life, I have had goals. I had a 5-year plan at one point in time. I thought I was going to be a school social worker. I went to I was getting my master's degree. You know, this was my plan in life. And then I got kicked out of my graduate program. And I was like, oh, shit, I guess that's not my plan anymore. So understanding how life, like, ebbs and flows and, like, understanding how I pivot. And I could have never, like, wrote down the goal to be where I am today. So how do y'all feel about goal setting, especially in the creative realm where a lot of our life, you don't know what's next. In my opinion, I don't know what's next.
I think it's a 2-part thing. I think you definitely have to plan out ahead I'm not gonna say so the ship doesn't sink, but to make sure that you have a plan that goes ahead months ahead. So if you're just going with the flow, which I've done in the past, which I like it too.
Me too.
I'm here with the vibes. I'm here for the vibes. But when it comes and you don't got that plan for that
iceberg.
That thing going shit.
Now you on a light raft.
Exactly.
So I've been there when, you know, I didn't have a plan for, maybe the winter time and it's now summer and that hits and I don't have any clients. I don't have any work that I'm doing. I'm not working on anything. And then it's real spooky when you get there and you learn from your mistakes. So I feel like it's a 2-part thing where you have the plan ahead. I like doing just yearly plans. The 5-year joint is cool, but I like to see things that are tangible, and things that I feel like I definitely can accomplish. Even if it's a lofty goal, I can still see the vision a year out. So while the year's going on, I can still pivot and have that mindset where, oh, this is going on. It may make sense for me to pivot to something that just happened. You know what I mean? So it's like having those two things in your back pocket where you have your original plan, but
you're not super reactive all the time.
Exactly. But reactive can be good. And
I love reactive.
Exactly.
That's how I live my life.
No, for real.
I don't know what the fuck going on. I just react.
You can get a lot of impact. Well, I'm thinking of it from a artistic, creative perspective. You can get a lot of impact, a lot of reactions from things that happen in life. You never know what the future is going to be, but having that plan, and maybe you have to pivot, but you can go back to the plan, I think it's like a foolproof way to really be impactful and just to have as less stress as you can in your creative business. That's how I operate, and I think I'm being very intentional in 2025 for that, because in the past I've learned wintertime is like my slow season. So knowing that from 2023, 2024 came, I had things lined up. It wasn't as precise as I wanted it to be, but 2025, like when October comes in 2025, I already know what I'm going to do. I already know what I'm going to have lined up. And I think that's very important.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So how are you mapping out the months, though? Like, are you coming back to the journal? Are you coming back to the calendar every month? Are you checking in with yourself? Or do you have like a whiteboard? Like, I think that's something for me. I just forget. Like, oh shit, I did have that under my
So it's funny because I used to do this when we did Creators Anonymous, and I would create the 6-month goal board, 6-month strategic goal board, where it's like, all right, you set one goal for 6 months out that you want to hit, whatever that looks like, activation event. And then you break down by month what needs to be done to hit that goal, what you need to do weekly, and then just daily. And, of course, that list on each of those things can be just as simple as, making sure you go to the gym. Like, being disciplined in what you need to be might be your daily, but the goal to execute is, like, still on there. So you're checking your box and you're finding things that help encourage you along the way. And then on that same goal board, I had left space for there to be like, I write my wins as they come up. So like whenever I do accomplish something or something dope happens, I make sure to fill in what I do, because I think, to your point, like you do want to go with vibes. That's why I always like the 6-month goal board. Cause 6 months is enough to look ahead, but not to get too far ahead of yourself either. Right. And so I always like that approach to it. And then it always helped to complement just the execution of something. Like it's not a crazy lift to get like, I can literally think about what's happening in June or July of this year and plans that we have coming up. Honestly, you talk about what really goes into planning. One thing for me that I think is important that's overlooked is actually having vision. Like having a vision for your life or your ideas or whatever that wants to be, because you do need to have some sort of target that you're aiming towards. Nothing against the vibes, because I've been with the vibes.
Exactly.
I've been with the vibes. Vibes are a great time too. Yeah. Have a blast.
Sure. Vibes don't lie.
Hello.
Exactly.
Hello. And that it does carry you, and there's a lot that you can learn about yourself through the vibes too, and that you need to know about yourself. Yeah. Once you get through the vibes,
maybe it's a season of vibes.
Yeah,
I feel like you had a season where you was going with the vibes.
Exactly.
I'm in my season of vibes.
There we go.
You in your vibe season.
I'm in my vibe season.
Talk about it, Queen.
Here we go.
And I'm on to execute the vision, because I also realize, and I do want to stand on this heavy. This year is the 5th year anniversary of starting Cooking the Late Night.
I love that.
Which is the IG series that birthed all of this. It's crazy because when IG reminders pop up or story timelines, like I was going through my archives, and in 2020 when we started Cooking the Late Night, on my wall I had like a list of just printout papers and boards, and at the top it was CTLN. Yeah. Aww. And that was before I knew what CTLN really could be and become. So like now to see like this is all follow through with a vision.
Exactly.
And another fun thing that I like to, how I would say for looking at life, which has been fun, is looking at it like
which has been fun
is looking at it like a TV series. Like, like, all right, I can't, like, is your character in the same rut for the past 4 years?
Right.
And if that's the case, you probably wouldn't be watching that show if there's no character growth or development.
Tell you, if people was watching my TV show,
what would the name of your show be right now?
Girl, what the fuck?
Hey, I like that.
I like that too.
Girl, what the fuck? Yeah.
Put that in the back pocket. Put that in the back pocket.
Spin off pod.
Trademark.
Right.
Yeah.
TM.
And then every
Right.
episode is like, girl, what the fuck we doing? Or like, girl, what the fuck?
Yeah. And
The vibes.
There's a book, and I'll actually use that book. I like our book resources. I ain't gonna lie.
You're welcome.
I'll say what that book is later because I actually had a hand in helping record the audio version of it. But my life is just a range of things.
Boy, what the fuck?
That's that wild. But yeah, and so like the approach is looking at like a show versus in a sitcom series versus like one of those like not a sitcom but like kind of. Damn, there's two types of sitcom or shows that they recommend, like a scripted series versus like a sitcom. Where like a scripted is it's all about the drama. It's about following what that looks like and seeing that through. Where sitcoms, you know, you grow with characters. You find different people that stand out, and you're like, oh, you know what? I do want to see more. And I see this CTLN is a sitcom. Like the characters in this season is lit. Like we popping, dog. What we doing? Like let's restore the feeling.
Crazy.
But now, look at your life like a show. You know, find out what you think is next for that character, what would be interesting to you. If you're like, yo, if this person were to do this, that would be really dope. And then do that or pursue it and see where it lands.
That's beautiful.
No, thanks.
I think doing things that scare you as well. Is anybody thinking of big leaps this year? Like, are you doing anything that scares you this year?
I am.
You are?
I'm not revealing yet.
Of course, no.
No,
reveal.
JLaw don't tell us nothing, man. You know,
I can't
Here
reveal.
come.
You know,
Here come.
one
I can't
episode.
reveal this, but it will be amazing when it does come to fruition. Yes, it will be.
Stay tuned.
Yo,
Like, yeah, stay tuned for that.
you gonna look back and realize he just don't fuck with them. he
tell them
don't
shit.
tell them nothing.
Damn.
Nah,
Damn.
I like that.
Yeah, but any tools? Like, are y'all like really writing this down? That's my question. Like, are y'all journaling? Like, what y'all got going on?
So,
Law did some cute shit.
Okay, cute shit.
oh gosh.
Look, since he don't want to share, watch this.
Right, planning with Bay.
Exactly. Listen. Strategy goals, they're essential. And like I said, I'm usually on the vibes, but my girlfriend, she's a big planner. So she convinced me. January 6th is her birthday. Capricorn?
Okay.
All right, got you. I ain't really big into zodiacs, but
Hello. I'm
But,
trying to get that boy caught up.
Hello.
but she's real big into planning, and we did that last month in December. But the big thing is like to set your big goal and then to break it down how you're gonna achieve it. And these are like actionable items that you're gonna do.
For sure.
It's tedious because like we have about 20 goals, and you gotta think a goal can be as small as I want to lose 10 pounds to as big as I want to make 100,000 in my business. So it's gonna depend on what's the I guess the
goalpost.
the goalpost, how high or how low the goal is.
Mm-hmm.
So if your goal is to reach 100,000, how are you gonna reach 100,000? Now what you're gonna do each month to get 100,000. So you can break it down to be very minute and very detailed, but at the end of the day, you have a vision of what you need to do. You can always look back to do it, to know it's going to be a real achievable goal that you can really do. I recommend it. Like I said, we're a week into 2025.
Yeah,
but
there's still
to have
time.
it in front of me is very like relaxing and very less stressful.
A roadmap for your life
Exactly.
for the year.
For sure, definitely.
What do you do? Do you have your stuff planned out already?
I have a good amount. I have like network stuff planned out. And I'm working on some personal stuff now. Like I in this season, as I'm trying to work on myself as a human being, trying to build something. So I'm trying to learn what that looks like. But one thing that I think that is helpful, and shout outs to Law, accountability. Like when you're planning something or setting a goal, just having a sounding board. Someone that you're okay with just kind of throwing stuff up against the wall, like mentally, like, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm saying, and getting outside perspective on that could be helpful. Because like we always say, it be vibes in our head. Like I could do it all.
Feelings, honestly, like that's why I'm so weird with making goals, because I could say, oh, I want 100,000 followers on TikTok, and then that means I have to post every day or whatever. And if February comes and I'm like, that's no longer my goal, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, planning for future Kadeja is a very daunting task. Like, because Future Khadijah is irrational. I never know what she wants to do or where she might be. Like,
What
she could be working on the show. By the time I'm talking about 100,000 followers, I don't care about that girl. We at BET. So, you know,
what do you want to
go off the box.
Well, I was about to say, is there, so looking at it this way, is there something that you're open to experiencing, like that you want to try?
For sure. I want to try a writer's room. I think I want to get into that.
That? I don't think I know what
So
that is.
a writer's room, like creating a show or like creating a production or being a part of that in like scripting something or like making a funny scene or something like that. I want to get into more like real live production type shit.
Got you.
I think that might happen in 2025.
Got you.
So yeah.
True, because
Love that.
could use the script.
All right. Moving into 2025 predictions. This is a great little pivot as we're looking into what's going to happen in 2025 in the culture. I want to hear from y'all. What are we predicting 2025 is going to give? Because 2024 was crazy.
I would love to get no net 30s in 25, but I know that's going to be a hard battle. That's going to be a hard battle.
I have a win that I had actually in 2024, the end of 2024. So I was actually the same company I was talking about with
We riding on them too?
No.
Okay.
This
He said a win.
This is good. Yeah, that's a win. That's a win.
My bad.
When I remember, I said the contract, it was work for hire, and they wanted to use my stuff without my permission.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
the
pushed
pushback.
back.
Yeah, I pushed back. So they accepted all the terms.
Hey.
We did the project.
Hey.
Actually just released last week at the Ravens game. I know.
How
I
we
know.
missed
I know.
this?
I know. A lot goes on.
See, and he be in here. Y'all see.
All those things that he can't tell us is be this shit.
Listen.
They happen and he still don't tell us.
Right. Like, hold on, man.
I was picking and choosing my battles, and one of the things on the list was net 30 for the payment. So I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. Net 30, cool. Man, I sent that final version of the design that I was doing for them on a Thursday. I had the money in my bank account on Friday.
Want to do it?
Come on now.
Because he said it was that
What
good.
he do?
He said, let me pay him now.
Hello. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor.
He gonna pay me now.
When it's going to go?
Now.
Hello.
24 hours. I said,
Wow.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, yo, we got, honestly, that is a battle.
And that's like, I'm sorry.
Should we talk about wins? We should do wins. Maybe that should be a segment.
But like, just the faith aspect of it. Like, I wasn't even tripping on the net 30. I'm like, all right, cool. That's standard. Whatever. It is what it is. But like, I ain't tripping on it. And they paid it the day after. I'm like, what? I was surprised. I was very surprised.
Amen for the
surprised,
paychecks.
but from how it started, like I was saying, I pushed
And they know
back.
they know that they paid you though.
They probably
Too.
want to get you the fuck out the email. Pay this nigga now.
This under the 24 budget.
Pay this motherfucker now.
What else gonna come?
Right. He gonna start asking for shit. Like, get this motherfucker out
Stay in
my
his
email.
good graces.
God damn.
No effects, but that's the net 30 thing that you was talking about. I'm like, companies need to be more like that.
Yeah.
They get their product and they pay. Because
Get the
what you
fuck outta
waiting
here.
for?
Yeah. They wait for that
Honestly,
money.
I do, and I think that I'm starting to find myself in a more of a responsibility zone of advocating like for creators more in 25. Like I do want to. I know some dope people in dope places, and I also want to put myself in more rooms to speak up on behalf of creators because I feel like that voice still hasn't been articulated to the degree that I see it. Like I think there's some amazing creators who've done it. Like I know Amani from CultureCon, somebody who does it. Danye, even someone who's like, you see the creators who hit the White House trip and do those things. But for me, I really want to have some conversation with some local officials as to like how we are creating an ecosystem for these upcoming creative kids. Like, and that was a shout out to even like watching The Shy, and one of the kids on The Shy was into gaming heavy. Like his mom thought he was selling drugs and all that because he was actually making money from it. But he was in gaming and the school was trying to get him suspended for bringing in games. So like for me, I want to start looking at more foundational structures for creatives and building some of those better in 25, like thinking about that generation. So that's more of my goals for the year.
And not to compare us to, well, I guess it is like Uber drivers and stuff. I feel like once Uber and like gig work people started to get their stuff in tax breaks and things like that. I think you're going to see the same for creative fields. Yeah.
As you should, because there's also and here's what I do want to say to the creators out there. There's more value in your work than you might give yourself credit for.
For sure.
Because
they need us.
They do. And if you look at it, and that's one thing that you look at, like a lot of these songs on TikTok, when you think about it, it's really the original artist, the music that is fueling whatever something is. Brands might reuse it, repurpose it, but a lot of artists, again, sign away their masters and do all these things where they don't even know the value of what they're signing over. Yeah. You know, and I think that it's important that we start to have those conversations like, no, there's value in that. If you're a cameraman, a content creator, you go somewhere and you shoot something that somebody else uses, you have ownership of that content first because you filmed it and you shot it. Like, that's important for us to know what we have and how we're navigating. I think I want to do better at leading for creatives this year.
I think that's for sure going to be a trend we see in 2025. That's dope. Too. That's dope.
Everybody love the creative wave this year. Like, I think we getting there. Like, a lot of things. Oh, and I think regional representation is up.
That's a big one. Like, that's a big one.
Shout out Tyler. Shout out Kendrick.
What's up, DMV? What we got?
What's up, East Coast? It seems like it's West only, like
West and the South. Like, where we at? Like, I'm so here to have like regional reflection. And standing on. That's why, 100% you're gonna see me. South Jersey's finest is in the building.
You've been speaking on Jersey a lot lately.
Hey, that's energy.
I'm back in my artistry, huh?
You go home or something? What, you need to tap back in on the grounds?
Nah, I mean, I think it. Well,
get a deal there.
Hey,
what is it?
Nah, it definitely was one. A lot of people birthday shot. Like when people head out for your birthday, you like, damn,
oh damn.
And then like people just calling out the journey, you know. And I realized like a lot of people probably think. Also, I'm wearing a DC hat, so they're probably like, this guy's very much DMV now. But I mean,
two things can be true,
right? Like,
two things can be true.
Right? Like, I mean, never home, but always repping.
Right?
I mean,
all right, JLaw, what's your 2025 prediction? This is our rate recommend section, by the way, y'all. We're switching it from recommendation because the year has just started to predicting.
Although I recommend 2025 be a little bit slower going through the year.
Get your shit together.
I recommend you chill.
For sure. I've been real big on, I think I kind of commend y'all for this, is like put me in the spaces like the music industry.
Ooh.
And I really think the music, like, okay, you know how traditionally you drop an album, maybe you do a rollout, the music drives the sales. I feel like in 2025, and even we saw it in 2024, we've seen a shift in the music industry where I don't know, like you can't just be an artist. Like,
no.
Other things have to be attached to it for it to be a successful project.
For people to pay attention.
Exactly. And I think for 2025, that's going to be a real big thing for the music industry. If you're an artist, you can't just, unless you're Cole, Kendrick.
They too have. Kendrick has a whole thing.
I don't think he has to though. That's the thing. I don't think he has to.
You talking about just dropping music and it's like,
I like that standard though. It's happening.
No, that's true too. For him to have that standard, for him to be him, and he's still doing that, you gotta have more that comes with it. Whether it's a build out like
when you're trying to break through like Doechii,
right. But even if you're like say a little baby or something like that, I think he just dropped. No, I think he dropped. I don't know when he dropped.
You don't even know.
Exactly. But that's the thing about the rollouts. You have to have some type of build out, some type of creativity that comes with it. It's not just the music anymore. And I think that's a shift that we're seeing with the music industry. And I think 2025 is really going to stand on that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hold on, you got me in my bag right now because I'm sorry.
I know this y'all bag.
Nah. You know how I contained myself? You see how I allow my co-hosts to speak and share their thoughts? Am I excited about music? Hell yeah.
Very demure.
Go ahead. Continue. Go ahead.
Because I just wanted to shout out your boy Tyler, the creator, who just did the Hey Now freestyle. But he did it with the video.
So I was so excited.
I watched that video like several times because I think that's the point. Like now you're starting to see artists of that tier starting to be like, all right, when I pop out online, it's got to be the entire like it's the execution, it's the video, it's the throwback visuals. Yep. Nostalgia is becoming really big for the blog era artists.
I think that's the millennials in us. It's like, damn, we can't let shit go. We are so attached to nostalgia.
Because we miss it.
We leave that in
And we got
2024.
both sides. That's the thing. We got both sides.
Right before online. But also, I mean, the thing is, they lied to us, man. The goalposts will move. Like, we were supposed to grow up to nice prices. I just saw the
To
East
nice
Bay the
prices.
other day of authentic jersey, $104. Can't get that nowhere these days. Like,
at all.
so the nostalgia is also the dream of what you could have hoped to accomplish when you had the bread.
That might have to be a whole episode because I could talk so much about our obsession with nostalgia. It's it's getting out of hand.
It is.
Everything
I'm
has
guilty.
to be a re. has to be
Can't
a
wait till the
sequel or
collection
something. Beetlejuice is coming back out. It's just like, can we let anything go? Can we have anything new? Like, and we won't even support it with our dollars. Like anything that's Anyway, I can get him a whole bag about nostalgia and why it's like business practices and creativity is like dependent on that shit. It's crazy.
It is.
I mean, you won that round.
Anyway, okay.
No, you're right, but that is the direction that people are going, and I think it's also becoming a cop out for brands to not be innovative.
Yeah.
Like it's
Let me just
separating
bring something back.
It's
like,
separating partnerships. Like, it's like, oh, we had a Charmin tissue in the back roll of their commercial years ago. Run that back.
Yeah.
And I think between that and AI, it's trying to box out the creatives.
Yeah.
But I think when you see the Tyler pop out, the lyrics matching the execution, matching the art, matching the excitement, then you got, there's a difference when someone's really creative executor.
Exactly.
I think going off of the Tyler, I think that's what we're going to see in 2025. I don't know why, but I think it's going to be the year of the squad again. I feel like I'm thinking about Lord of Squad.
Rep your set.
I'm thinking about TDE. I'm thinking about
Dreamville.
Tyler, Dreamville. I'm thinking it's going to be like a year. AMP. Is it AMP or AMP? What they call themselves? Them little
it's
boys on the
AMP.
stream. AMP. Them young men on that streaming thing. I think it's going to be the year of let's get it together.
The posse.
Yeah, the posse vibe. I think that's what 2025
I like the
is giving.
posse
like that
vibes coming
too.
back. Yeah,
We're
that's a good
we're going back to the nostalgia.
Right.
one. You said it.
Right. We missed when everybody was friends.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think it's the formula. The formula
It is.
of everybody in this group makes motion,
Yeah.
and then they get together and make motion.
emotion together. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good call.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, all right, y'all. That was a good talk about, all of the things that we're looking forward to in 2025, our predictions and things.
Yes.
But what are we bringing into 2025? What are the tools and the resources we need to be successful in 2025? JLaw.
Like I said, we just starting the year. I had a reflection of 2024. I was on my phone too damn much. Damn much.
Same.
And a big thing for me was that discipline of when I'm working. I don't have anything. So I actually invested in this device called Brick. It's literally just, I guess, an NFC device that you place on your refrigerator, and you have to actually tap it to unlock your phone. So it's like a physical barrier where, when you have the screen time limits, you can just say ignore for today.
Yeah,
Like,
I just put that hour on my Instagram.
I've had it on there probably for the last year, and I've never
Skip.
used it. Exactly. But just having the fact to have to get up, go to my refrigerator, tap my phone to unlock it. If I really have to unlock it, I'm getting up, I'm pressed. Like, that's crazy. I got to get up to scroll real quick.
I'm going to get up.
That's crazy. That's wild.
I got a problem,
But you with the
y'all.
vibe, so I
got
get
a
it. I
problem.
get it.
Okay, first of all, what you trying to say?
Hey, that's gonna be the workout. Got up.
Go ahead, finish your story.
But it's a very it's so easy, and it's like I paid $50 for it when it probably cost them $2 to make, but it makes all the difference because I've seen the production already. Just that barrier having me to get out my seat to unlock my phone, it's not even worth it. So Get Brick is the Instagram name.
I'm sorry.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy,
I'm
but
sorry.
it's a gem. So I'm gonna stand 10 toes.
You gonna say it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
say
stand
it
10
again.
toes. That's crazy.
Say it twice.
But that's my recommendation. I definitely, for productivity, and actually having that barrier to your phone so you can work, I recommend
that.
it.
I need someone at the company to explain where they landed that name for.
They're probably
Like,
because it gets the giggles. Like,
Yeah, that might be.
it might be.
Because what does it have to do with the quality? All right,
Is it a brick?
Well, it's calling Brick your phone. So, like, your phone is a brick. That's why they got it from.
Okay.
I gotta see some marketing campaigns come out.
They actually do a very good job. If you click on the app, I'm telling you now,
they got
you're
you.
gonna get all the ads. If you click on,
My phone is already in the vicinity,
Oh, yeah,
so
you're
we're
right.
gonna get ads now.
Good point.
Damn Apple.
I can do mine. So mine's another book. I know I did that last. I ended the year with a book. I'm starting the year with a book.
He's a reader.
Hello, talk to me. And this book, I actually had the honor of recording the audio version of it, and actually got one of my friends to produce the layering soundtracks while she read the book. So it was a play a couple years back. But this book is called Working Whole by Courtney Whitehead, and it is how to unite your spiritual beliefs and your work to live fulfilled. So for people who are out there on vibes and are maybe trying to align their vibes with not only their work but just the way they live life, she does a really great job of breaking down the television sitcom lifestyle method. So shout out to Courtney too. I hope she's doing well.
Friend of the pod.
So yeah, that's me.
Cool. All right. So this is my resource that I'm moving into. I already had in 2024. So this is something, a staple for me as a social media manager. I'm in charge of a bunch of different niches. Like I have people in women's funding. I have a media corporation. I have environmentalists on my line. So I have to know a little about a lot of different things in order to create content for my clients. And something I do is called Google Alerts. It's something basically super customizable. You can put in the keywords that you need to know about, and every day Google will send you an email with the list of hits. So news articles, all about the niches that I need to know about. So even if I have to share something with the audience for my client, especially with the environmentalist, you can just put in a lot of keywords, and every day or every other day or twice a day even, it depends on what you want. You can get the news directly to you.
I like that.
That's a gem right there.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I like that.
You're welcome.
I might have to put some in for the pod topics. You know what I mean?
For real.
No, for real.
I'll be struggling.
Yeah. It's time.
It's time. All right, y'all. So, Cook, what were y'all about to say?
Nothing.
Y'all over here cutting up.
Ignore me.
Cook, where can the people find us?
Hey, man, ladies and gentlemen, so if you haven't already, group chat. I hope you guys are doing well at home. Please follow us on all platforms at CTLN_network. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As we said before, man, support your creators, man. Support your local creators. You know, and with that said, creators always got something to say. Holla at y'all.
All right. Bye, y'all.